Okay, sadly I gotta redo the video because I'm lazy and I don't feel like splicing videos together. I accidentally hit stop recording on this. So when you move into possibly a brand new construction apartment, depending on how they set everything up, you might get one of these where you have your, it's like say like it's only Comcast that does the area or whatever, or the whole apartment. You might get one of these pre-built in if you already haven't dealt with these before. You don't have to go pick them up. The gateway is already there. I just don't want to show the information on it since the side's exposed with all the information that I don't want people getting a hold of. Um, but yeah, so I thought there was a problem with the device itself, so I went to go unscrew that and do some troubleshooting. It turns out what the problem was, because normally you just, do the QR code, put your account info in, purchase, and then you're good to go. Here it didn't work that way. So what I did was I took a look at the letter information, see that I did the Xfinity assistant. I chatted with two different agents. One didn't really respond at all. The other one was doing what she could, but since she was more so in the activation thing of things and it wasn't really an activation issue, there wasn't too much she can do in that regard because she can only tell me, okay, on this address there's all these different devices. Do you happen to know which one it is? Of course, didn't know what it is. So I had to go unscrew the thing. Didn't have a screwdriver, so I used the butter knife. Took a good while, especially since I have asthma and carpal tunnel. So I can't keep at things for too long of a time. I gotta do a little bit, take a breather, do a little bit, take a breather, do a little bit, take a breather. Especially since like two of them are on the floor and can't bend over and stuff like that without there being too much of an issue. So just had to sit on the floor. I unscrewed three of them out of four just so the panel stays on to a degree, and I can just use the fuck, what are they called? Little brown things. Fuck, what the hell are they called again? It's usually where bed bugs like to hide out and shit. And boards, whatever the fuck. I don't remember the termination. Not termination, but terminology. But, or the name or whatever. It's been fucking ages. But, yeah. So I have the plate slanted, resting on that, so that way it's not putting too much weight on pulling against the screw and hopefully won't damage the wall. But if I feel like it is in some degree, I'll just do what I can to re-screw it back in. Just go to Walmart, get a screwdriver since it's right down the street. But back to the issue at hand. So you go and you try. You think at first it's an activation issue. So you go and you do the AI assistant. You talk with the agent. You talk about the activation stuff. You do all that stuff. It ends up not being an activation issue. So I go, okay, maybe it's just the internet itself is being weird for some reason when it shouldn't be, since the light's on, it's solid. They already set up all the devices and stuff. It doesn't seem like there's any problems with the thing itself. I went to the IP address, went to go make sure all the settings were good and stuff. And then I noticed when I did the connection test, it was saying like, the internet was active, but there was nothing like coming through. So I'm like, that's kind of weird. So I went back on the AI assistant. Mentioned there was an internet issue, that there was no internet. They were like, oh, the assistant notices that something was up on the billing side of things, that the device wasn't active. It was like incorrect. It wasn't activated or something on the billing side. So it fixed that, asked if the issue was, resolved. I was like, okay, it's not resolved. And then it's like, okay, here's, it's because the device itself for some reason still isn't fully activated. Let's set the name for the device, the new passkey, that kind of stuff, so it's personalized. I'm like, okay, do all that. It asks if I can, the issue's resolved, and then there's like an option where it says I can't see the new Wi-Fi name. It mentions that. It's like, okay, it gives you like the little steps to possibly resolve that, forgetting the whole thing, turning your Wi-Fi off and on to possibly discover it, forgetting the network itself, and then restarting your laptop. Did all three of those just in case, because you never know what simple, stupid thing might be the issue. That's how tech is, how it always is. And went back through the assistant again, said it's still not resolved. So the assistant's like, okay, let me just try restarting it real quick, because most times, restarting can resolve like little tedious problems, which usually happens. I thought about restarting the modem myself, but I was like, I'll let this thing go through the process and see what it recommends, and see if that's also what it recommends. And so sure enough, recommends that, does the restart, ask if the issue's resolved. Sadly, it wasn't resolved. What ended up happening was it kept the old setup of the device and the new setup at the same time. So I had my setup and the old setup, and they were conflicting with each other. So when I was connecting to it, it's like it can't connect to this network on both things, on the thing I set up and the default one. So I was like, okay, that's kind of weird, and I let it know it's not resolved. The assistant thing is like, okay, we'll just restart it again, and then hope it fixes it this time. Basically, what basically was doing, and like it was changing the terminology and stuff. It's like, oh, it's doing the procedures, or like, oh, I forgot what the hell it was saying, but like it was saying something wrong. Restarting it to like doing all this other bullshit, and it's like, dude, it's the same thing. Like you don't need to change the words for it to sound like you're doing something different. Come on. And so I was just restarting it, checks the signal, make sure there's no connection issues. Cause, they check the connection to the building itself, and then they go from that to check it to the device. And then, so they were checking all the connections and stuff like that. It seems like it was good to go. I'm like, okay, maybe third time's a charm. So I go try to connect to it again. I only see, thankfully, this time it was only the one I set up, and it wasn't the default Xfinity Wi-Fi nonsense. And stuff like that, and it ended up working. So definitely, if something like that happens to you, it's not activation based. I know, like, you're thinking, okay, the activation is going wrong, it has to be activation based. No, it's most likely the internet on the device itself isn't going out because it's like some other bullshit that's going on. So definitely use the Xfinity Assistant. I know, and make sure that you test out both activation and internet issues in case you end up having the same problem I did. Hopefully, most people don't, but sometimes you get the short end of the stick and you get something with some slight issues on it. But thankfully, it got it resolved, fully connected in. I think I messed around with it for a good, what was it, about 4 hours total. But that's because I also had to unscrew the fucking thing, which took about like maybe 20 minutes or so, trying to do it with a butter knife. Do not recommend. Like, especially since like Walmart was right down the street. I just was so frustrated about going back because I went there initially. Got my air mattress, got this chair, got, what was it? Some other stuff. What was the other things I got? Oh, the cart itself. So I had to unbox that right outside of Walmart so I can put everything else in the cart that I have in my closet. Got those three. I know there was like more stuff. I just forgot what it was. Got like 2 monsters. And with some other stuff. And then I went back. Okay, and that was like the first trip. The second trip, I got the bed sheet set. I got the shower curtains that I set up. The bath towel. Shower curtain, shower liner. The hooks came with the shower curtain itself. And a little bath towel. And then, some more detergent because I basically was out. And then got some paper plates, paper towels, TP. Yeah, so like I already did 2 trips. I have asthma, I have gout, I have carpal tunnel. So like, and I was running like on basically no food at this point until like I went for the second trip and I went and got some Subway. So like I was just done. Like I don't want to go back there to go buy one more thing. Let me just butter knife this shit, and go from there. But hopefully, if this ends up occurring to you, hopefully this video helps, so that way you at least know what initiative to take, and you won't sit there like fiddling around with shit and getting even more frustrated. Especially if you're not like insanely tech savvy like I am. Like me, I've been through the motions enough when it comes to internet issues, especially broadband. I'm more patient because of it. Like, because I know some shit happens. Sometimes you gotta troubleshoot like multiple fucking times before it gets to where it's resolved. I've done it with like games. I've done it with, especially when my brother had Windows Vista. Oh man, Windows Vista was a piece of shit. I fucking hated that thing, dude. I had to troubleshoot every goddamn day, almost nearly every game my older brother installed. I had to sit there and troubleshoot every single one to make sure it worked, because it wasn't always usually you just had to run it as admin. You had to run it as admin, then you had to do all these different like compatibility setups and stuff like that. Dude, I fucking hated Vista. And because I hated Vista so much is why I didn't even give 8 a chance. I was like, nope, I'm pretty sure 8's going to be just as garbage as Vista is, because usually Windows has this pattern where they release a good one, then a shit one. a good one, then a shit one. Thankfully, 7, 10, and 11 haven't been too bad. Like 7's been really great, 10's been pretty good, and 11 has its problems, but it's more so like 11 has quality of life issues. Like what I hate about 11 is you gotta edit the registry and do other things. I think it's like a command thing, but like it messes with the registry, so you can actually, when you right click on something, it shows all the options, not just a consolidated list of options. Like whoever was like, oh man, I want to see less shit, you're retarded. And the fact that all you decided that was a good decision, you're fucking stupid. Don't make decisions anymore, because people want to see everything first and then they can consolidate. You should have made the hotkey to consolidate it all, so that people want to consolidate, or they can change it if they want to change it, and make it built into the fucking, system setup, instead of making it so you have to do a fucking command prompt and go from there to fucking unconsolidate all the fucking commands because you want to make it quote unquote look nice. Fuck you and looking nice. I care about efficiency. What was something else that sucked about 11 that I found out recently? Oh, Windows 11, you can't fucking move the taskbar. So if you want to, like, for whatever reason, like a game's bugging out, right? And the bottom of the taskbar is just popping into the game and you don't want to full screen it, unfull screen it. You want to just fucking move the taskbar up. But you're not really looking at the top of the screen anyways. You can't move the taskbar whatsoever. I'm pretty sure if I Google it enough, there's probably like some background a way around it. But by default, they don't let you do that anymore. Why? I don't fucking know. Like, moving the taskbar up and down isn't gonna break anything. Like, like, how fucking retarded can you be? That's been a function in Windows for God knows how long, and they take it out because they're dumb. But yeah, like I said, the Windows 11 problems are mainly aesthetics. I'm pretty sure in the beginning there was a lot more technical problems, but as it stands now, I use Windows 11 just fine. I play all my games on Windows 11 just fine. I even play old shit like EverQuest. EverQuest. Well, EverQuest is like the oldest shit with most compatibility issues. I know there's some other older games that I could try out that would probably have problems. Oh, I know Dark Messiah my Magic crashes every so often, but I think this is because there was a fix I didn't try at the time. So I might try and reinstall that and see if I can play the campaign without random crashes every so often, because that's the most annoying part about it. The game's good, but it crashes. Um, but yeah, no, that's it. That's just what I wanted to cover, just in case that issue ended up happening to somebody else, and then that way, hopefully, this will help. And that's about it. I'm just bored right now while I'm waiting for my computer desk and computer chair to come in so I can properly game and stuff. Cause like, here, let me show you how this ridiculous this is. Little ass chair right here. I could probably go buy like a slightly better one, but I just don't feel like it right now. And then I have that right there. And with how things are with my back right now, and the fact that even with the cart, I probably won't be able to like lift the stuff fully. Just don't want to risk it. I'd rather just wait for my order to come in. I'll set it up and then I'll be good to go. All right. Take care, everybody. And hopefully, and then before I forget, there's also another thing when it comes to getting a brand new place, especially if it's been sitting for a bit before they open it. So you might deal with, I didn't realize I didn't drain that. You might deal with this possible issue where, I don't know if it's a water heater issue or just because like it's been sitting for so long, there's been bacteria growth and stuff. But actually, I don't think I've noticed it in this sink. It's mainly with the shower. Let's try running the shower a bit and see if I smell it again. Oh hey, it's not sporting water. Yeah, I smell it again. Okay, sorry. Oh, dude, that's horrible. Okay, so it's gonna smell like rotten fucking eggs. I don't know if it's because of the water heater. Oh god. Hold on. I need a breather. Okay, so it's either probably comes with the water heater or with the drains or like the piping itself. Something is fucked up with the piping from sitting for so long. and I might need to put some chlorine down on it or some shit, but God, it smells horrible. Oh. That's why I didn't shower last night. Okay, I need to dry this before the smell's killing me. Oh. Oh. Oh, God. The same smell comes out of this faucet too, so I haven't been running tap water too much on anything. Holy Jesus. Okay, I need to let that air out. Like I said, I don't know if it's like the water heater or whatever the fuck it is. Something is building up something nasty. And knowing my luck, it's probably only just my apartment. There's a switch. I mean, it's up, so that means it's on. It's one or the other. I don't know enough about this shit to like fuck around with it. And also, it's not my purview. I'll have to like report it at some point. I want to give it a couple days because if it is just like a bacteria thing, it'll flush out eventually. But oh my God, that is disgusting. So just keep those things in mind if you're gonna be moving in a brand new constructed place, because there might be more. I think there might be. Fuck. But yeah, that's where I'll end it. Take care, everybody. And stuff like that. I don't know how to fucking end this video, but yeah, peace.